What's up, YouTube family? It is El Gato, the Gucci Gunner, back with another range day review. So you got my little pro-government stuff on, huh? Hey, today, as you can see by the title, we are reviewing the Prodigy by Springfield Armory. This is the 5-inch 1911 DS for double stack. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the specs of the gun here. As you saw a little bit earlier in the video, we did some shooting, and in my opinion, it held up pretty decent. But towards the end of the video, if you stick around, I will tell you why this was probably why Springfield is the worst company ever, and why I'm highly upset with them. So, getting into it, we got the Springfield Prodigy DS. It's got a 5-inch bull barrel. They did partner with AOS, which is Agency Optic Systems, for the plate. I believe this here is the A12B that houses the Hex Dragonfly that I went ahead and purchased as well. It's got the ambidextrous thumb safeties, which is a pretty cool feature. If you practice shooting on your offhand, which is something I would recommend, because you might not always have your strong hand available, 5-inch bull barrel, AOS plate, ambidextrous safeties. It's got a U-notch rear sight. I'm not sure how well you can see that. U-notch rear sight to co-witness with the front sight post, which has a tritium green, little green tritium strip per se. I can't remember the proper terminology right now, but green tritium in the front. I co-witnessed my red dot to my sights, which I really love to do. This firearm also sports a forged slide and frame, which is pretty cool. It gives it some maximum strength. It's the maximum strength that it can have. And the connection, honestly, I can say, pretty tight tolerance on the slide and the frame there. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the mic. It's got a pretty tight tolerance on the slide and the frame. So yeah, forged slide and forged frame as well. Skeletonized hammer. It's got some nice little, I guess, serrations you can say on the hammer for a better grip. And that's a nice little aesthetic to it. I really like skeletonized. That's a nice little touch versus a solid hammer. Gives it more of a a nice look to the firearm. Now one thing I can say, this firearm is very attractive. It's got a nice build to it. It's very sturdy, and it seems to be a quality build. What else? We got a 2-piece guide rod, which I'll show you here off camera, because YouTube won't allow me to show you guys breaking anything down or anything like that. So now, sorry, mine doesn't have a 2-piece guide rod. Now they come with a 2-piece guide rod, which is a very cool feature. Not cool feature, sorry, I'm multitasking right here. It's a feature that I wasn't too excited about. Reason being, with this firearm, say you're at the range, you got to do a quick, field strip to clean it up really quick, break it down, clean it, or figure something out. And with the 2-piece guide rod that comes with this firearm from Springfield, it requires you to have a hex wrench that you have to crack first to loosen it. So not in this state, but in the state where the firearm is completely assembled, you have to crack the guide rod first, get it broken down to this point, which is removing the slide. Then from there, you will keep pressure on the spring and the guide rod, completely loosen it, and then it becomes a 2-piece guide rod. I have a different guide rod, which is by Atlas Gunworks. This is a toolless guide rod. As you can see, well, off camera, unfortunately, sorry, because YouTube, I can't show you breaking this firearm down. This is a toolless guide rod. So literally, you'll take the slide off as you would if you had the 2-piece, right? You get to the point of taking off the slide. And here, all you would do is push this guide rod forward. There's a little slot on the bottom. I don't know if you can see the little nipple popping up. There's a little nipple right there. And you see how it rests? locks into place. Now I can just take that out. This is honestly one of the best upgrades I put on this firearm, for the simple fact that if I'm in the field and I need to break it down really quick for a quick cleanup or something, or maybe I'm noticing something's running funky with the firearm and I need to check it out, I don't need to go shuffling around for a hex wrench to do all that extra work. Toolless guide rod by Atlas Gunworks, and to simply get it back into operation and into battery, place the guide rod in. Excuse the dirt, I haven't cleaned this yet. Sorry, get my reverse plug in there. You push the guide rod forward, it'll release that little nipple, and now you're back in action. Man, and it is, I think that's one of the best things as far as upgrade wise that you can do to this firearm. Or if you have like a staccato, somewhere in something in that 2011 category. Now, excuse me 1 second while I put this back together. Don't mind my weird way of doing so, having it upside down. It just keeps that little notch perfect for me to go ahead and drop in. Oh, see how this push it back to drop in my my slide lock. So go ahead and line up the notch right there, and we're back in action. Okay, go ahead, do a functions check on it, make sure we're good. All right, cool. So it comes with a two-piece guide rod. I opted to a toolless guide rod from Atlas Gunworks. The weight on Springfield's website says 33 ounces, which I gotta measure this, I'll weigh it out myself and see if that's correct. Also, what's next? So you have aluminum slide, and frame, steel sliding frame, and you have polymer grips. And these grips are texturized with a little stippling or stippling, however you want to pronounce it. Also, the front of the trigger guard has a little stippling. Obviously, I don't use that because I have my TLR-1S on here. Overall specs, that's pretty much it of the gun. You have a skeletonized hammer with some slide serrations, not slide serrations, but some serrations on the top, so you can get a good grip on that hammer when if you decide to run cock and lock that way, or if you want to slide the hammer back down. It's got an all black Cerakote finish. I think I'm gonna do a black multicam on this. I think that would look pretty cool. This is my duty firearm, so I rock this on duty. I went from my Glock, my SIG P320 to the Glock 19X to the Shadow Systems MR920L, and now this is my official duty gun. Those other three that I mentioned prior are more so concealed weapons now. I rock those concealed. I got another P320. It's a subcompact. That one my wife uses, but she's gonna take over the Glock because that subcompact P320 is very small. And when it comes to shooting, you definitely want to have a grip or a firearm that you can grip properly and grip well. See how all three of my fingers are able to firmly grip the pistol grip here? That's what you want. The P320 subcompact, I'm like this on it. It's like, and even within a slightly extended mag, it's not feasible for me. It's a very small gun. Now to the quality of the build. I want to keep in mind, guys, this is an unbiased review. I purchased this with my own money. Nothing was sponsored, so I'm going to give it to you flat out how it is. What I like, what I don't like. Start with the don't likes. I don't like these thumb grips. They're fairly on the smaller side, and I'm going to go with Atlas Gunworks. They have some thumb grips of their own. They're a little thicker. What I mean thin, this portion here of the thumb grip where your thumb connects to pop it on and off safe is very thin, and I only get about that much contact with the thumb grip. It's manageable, but I would like something a little thicker, which is why I'm going to go with the Atlas Gunworks thumb safeties. I think I was calling it grips. Thumb safeties, sorry. What else do I like? Oh, something I really don't like. So the reason it took me so long to get to this video is because I just recently purchased it maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and after about a week of carrying, I made a holster for duty. I also made an IWB holster while you carry a 5-inch concealed. I don't know, because I like to and I can. Oh well. I also made an OWB holster for this. But a huge don't like. And this isn't to take away from Springfield, but my right thumb safety fell off, just out of nowhere, fell off. I don't know if it got loose from manipulating the safety, but it just fell out, and they should not come out that easy. I was able to find some forums. A lot of people had that issue, either the right or left thumb safety falling out. Thankfully, this was still under warranty, so sent it to Springfield. They ended up replacing the right thumb safety as well as tightening the sear spring. So I just got it back maybe about a week ago. And it's there. I don't have any complaints anymore. And that was my biggest complaint, because that's a huge safety issue. Yes, I have my grip safety as well to keep this from going off, but this style firearm is produced with a thumb safety for a reason. So if it's there, I want it to work properly. Comes with the 2 mags, a 20 and a 17. Now, that's it with the 17. It's got a nice look to it, nice and flush. Now, what I really like is the 20, which is why I purchased a second one. Just look at that thing. It gives it such an aggressive look to it. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? It gives it such an aggressive look. I mean, when you present that, man, it just, you're looking down your sights, but you just know it's there, right? You just know that it's there, and it looks beautiful. So I purchased another, and it took me some searching to find a third mag. Well, yeah, third mag, a second 20-round mag. Everyone has the 17-round mags. The 20-round mag, I went through Primary Arms. I searched even Gunbroker. I searched Midway USA. I searched even PSA, because they carry different brands. I searched. I don't think I went to Brownells. Maybe I did, but I searched everywhere, and I finally came across this company named Vance Outdoors that had them in stock. And they were going for a regular MSRP price, which was about $69.99, I believe. And but the mags run great so far. As you see prior in the video, I had a stovepipe on camera. Now, I had in total, out of about 300 plus rounds, 3 to 4 stovepipes. So I'm not going to bash this firearm. A lot of people are staccato fanboys, and they are willing to diminish this firearm. You'll find tons of reviews online about the Prodigy. Is it the staccato killer? No. Staccatos are they're hand fitted, and this is a production line firearm, right? But for it to be a production line firearm, it has such great tolerances. It has a great feel, a great build to it. And it's just something, man, about the way this firearm looks. Even bone stock with that 20-rounder hanging out the bottom, you can't go wrong. And those are the stock or standard specs of the gun, what it comes with. It does not come, obviously, with the light. It does not come with the Hex Dragonfly. And so this is a 5-inch. They MSRP around $14.99 from Springfield. That's a 5-inch, bone dry. If you want the Hex Dragonfly with the AOS plate, you're gonna spend about $16.99. Now, I got lucky and did some searching, and when I was getting ready to purchase this firearm, I picked it up for $12.99. With shipping, around $14. Paid about another $200 something for the Hex Dragonfly. So, I mean, paid about 16 instead of 17, but still $100 saved that went towards ammo. Now, Anything else I do not like about the firearm? I feel the finish. It's got an all black Cerakote finish, which I like, but it doesn't seem to have, maybe I don't know how many coatings they did. Maybe they did one coat, maybe two, but I don't really care. It's gonna get banged up. It's a duty firearm right now. I'm gonna train with this firearm. Like I said, I'm also gonna do a multi-cam hydro dip finish on here. I'm not really too upset about it being marred up or anything like that. Another upgrade I did was the you can see that the Atlas Gunworks Flatline X short or trigger system or trigger and bow. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry. Yeah, I hope you can. Now, if you do have a 1911 DS or double stack, a staccato, you're gonna want to measure. And if you decide to go with the Atlas Gunworks trigger system, you're gonna measure from here, that first line on the bottom of your finger, to the top of your finger. You're gonna measure that, and that's gonna help you decide what size bow or what size trigger shoot to get. This again is the short. I'm 6 foot tall, so I have pretty decent sized hands. I can't remember the measurement for mine, but you have short, medium, and then you have a long trigger shoot. I mean, unless you like Shaq or something, then you will need the long trigger shoot. But most people are gonna be in that short category. And firing this firearm at the range, it was so smooth, so smooth. Nice reset. Now, I will say, if you are not a gunsmith, please send it to a gunsmith to have that trigger shoe installed, unless you feel comfortable doing the work yourself. I'm a gunsmith myself, a little bit of accolade up there. And Atlas will tell you this is not a drop-in trigger. There's going to be some fitting required to the specific firearm. Yes, all firearms are made equally, but they're not made equally. Again, so you're going to need to do some fitting to the firearm. I myself had to do a little bit of filing down here in the trigger guard, and I took a little bit of material off the top of the bow. I mean, very, very little material, just so I can get that really good, get that movement. And man, like, I don't know if you can see, this trigger is awesome, right? If you can see the movement, right? Sorry. Right there. That's all the movement you got till you hit the wall. Man, and I can't tell you how many pound trigger pull this is, but the next upgrade I'm gonna do, next two upgrades, I'm gonna upgrade these thumb safeties to Atlas Gunworks thumb safeties, and then I'm gonna do the ignition kit, which comes with the sear spring or mainspring. It comes with a new hammer, a new sear, and another spring as well. That's what I'm gonna do. Those are the next two upgrades I'm gonna do. Other than that, I might do some work to the slide here to where it hits that disconnector, because it does get me a little resistance right there. Little resistance. Now, there's a certain type of cut you can do into the bottom of the slide here. I can't remember the exact name. There's a very famous gunsmith from back in the day who did it and really made it famous. I might do that, but I'm not really too caught up on the slide, meeting the disconnector right there so far, or right now. Again, it's still in its breaking period. I only put about a little over 300 rounds a day at the range. And I think, a good breaking period is about 500 rounds. And you can really get a feel for the firearm, see how it's acting. Again, out of those 300 plus rounds, I only had about 3 to 4 stovepipes and, failure to ejects. And I mean, honestly, the gun ran fine. Other than that, I mean, I love the firearm, and that's why Springfield is the worst company ever, because they made an affordable double stack 1911 and 9mm to kind of meet the competition with staccatos. Obviously, Atlas Gunworks, you're gonna spend a pretty penny. You're looking at $6,000, $5,000, $10,000 on a firearm, which me personally, I'm not into competition shooting like that, so it's out the window. Now, will I get a staccato? Yes, because I would like a more comfortable concealed carry in the double stack or the 2011 WSTI. But I would like something more comfortable. I did make a concealed carry holster for it just to see how, whatever, you know. It's a 5-inch. It's a big beefy gun to conceal. So with that being said, this is going to remain my duty gun, and I will get a staccato 4-inch. I think it's like 4 1/4, something like that, for conceal. Because I really fell in love with this style firearm. You know, going from something like a Glock, you know, polymer frames, to a very well built and weighed down gun like this. I mean, when I tell you, getting back to point of aim after each shot is simple with this. I think it has to do with the length of the slide plus the weight of the firearm. It's very easy to manage that recoil, and it gets right back on target at point of aim after you break that shot. I threw a couple, you know, doing some rapid fire, but that was just due to user error. You know, dropping my arm and not staying on point, on target. Other than that, guys, 1911 DS Springfield, you guys did an awesome job. No matter what the critics say, I love it. I love it. It's a great firearm. So much that, like I said, it's my duty gun. I love it. Now, I am gonna get the staccato 4-inch because I want a staccato. I would like one. I've heard great things about it. Maybe I'll try to shoot one first before I make that decision. But if this shoots this well and staccatos are hand fitted, then I don't see anything negative about the staccato. So again, guys, this is El Gato, the Gucci Gunner. Don't got the frames on today. I'm inside with Tactical Roundtable, unbiased review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Down in the comments below, beat them up. Go rage on them. Let me know what you like about it. Have you shot the Prodigy? Do you own a Prodigy? Have you shot the staccato and a Prodigy? What's your comparison? How do you feel? If you have a Prodigy, what upgrades do you have? And if you've seen the upgrades on here that I have, which ones do you like the most? I really look forward to hearing from you guys. Again, like, comments, share, subscribe. See you guys next time.